Hey gold friends, checking in on our hourly trend. This is what we talked about yesterday, and in the daily analysis we talked about a bounce inside the trend where you have a lower low, and then you come back up to test to see if you're going to get a new higher high. In the case of our hourly trend, we can see that we have our cool trend lines, probably different than we drew yesterday because I just drew them for this video. But we came down, we tested that area of support again, trendline support, and we came right back up to test trendline resistance, again confirming that it is indeed in our way. And there's a couple key takeaways from this. One, we smacked right back into 1326. So this resistance is still in play. It doesn't seem to act as a support very often, but we can see that it's acting as a major resistance, and I guess here and there if you want to be pedantic about it. But I have seen this in the last several weeks since we started covering gold. 1326 has been an important resistance, not so much a reliable support. So we've come back up, tested our trend line, did not close about 1326, pulled back down, and we broke our trend line support. So a couple things are going to happen here on the hourly time frame. We've broken our support. We see big volume coming in on that support break, and now we're getting into an oversold bounce situation. I suspect the RSI is probably dipping into the 30s. So there we go. We got down to 26 on the hourly RSI. So now we need to see an oversold bounce. An oversold bounce is going to have legs for the bull side if we can get above 1326 and if we can get above EMA 12 and EMA 26. So both of those, if we manage to get past them, is going to take us right into the area of our trendline resistance, trendline support. Now this is important because we expect to see a former support acting as resistance. So when we're in oversold bounce conditions and we come back up, unable to close above our important EMA levels, and we're running into trendline resistance, it's more than likely you're going to see downside continuation from there and setting up a new hourly trend somewhere down here. For bulls to make a break for the bull side, what we need to do is close over those, show that this bounce is more than just a little oversold blip, and start setting ourselves some higher highs and higher lows using this support as a foundation for the upside move. On the daily time frame, let's go take a look at that. Let's clear our charts so we can get a fresh perspective. Here we are. We've set a new lower low potentially, and it's going to look like if the bulls get those hourly moves coming back up and then trying to set a high, and if they want to pull this off, I really think they need to get over 1333. If they get anything under that, it's just going to be a lower high, and we're going to look for more daily downside continuation. I would also like to point out it's very possible that we get ourselves a head and shoulders situation. Head and shoulders looks something like this. And then if this pattern completes and it holds true, and we've currently lost our EMA 26 support in the daily, I forgot to look at that. But if this head and shoulders pattern proves true and it's still a ways off, what we'll see is downside movement. So it really comes down to what the hourly bulls can do. Can they change this hourly trend into a bull trend, having just lost this key support level and this trend line, broken below it, and turn things around? We'll see how the bulls react to that important trend line resistance and the confluence over EMA 12s and EMA 26. That's going to be the real hinge and the decision-making point for the next 24 hours.